Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome to the show that made Philippine FM Radio Talk KBP's best podcast program, Heard on Thursdays on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. I'm your host, Rhea Rams. Now, representation is growing, conversations are louder, but for many queer Filipinos, the road to full acceptance is still filled with silence, with struggle, and the search for safe spaces. So what does it mean to tell LGBTQIA plus stories that are honest, joyful, and deeply human, especially in a country where love is visible, but still often misunderstood? This week, we're joined by two campers from Sparks Camp Season 1, a dating show that became something more, a space for vulnerability, healing, and real connection. Today, we're going to be talking about queerness beyond kilig, about chosen family, finding yourself on screen, and how being seen can also mean being known. From labels and love to friendship and faith, this episode is a heart-to-heart on identity, courage, and community. Heard on Thursdays. Let's welcome to the show Sparks Camp Season 1 campers Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista. What's up, you guys?
Hello,
Hi,
good afternoon,
guys,
everyone.
Hi,
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Heard on Thursdays. I am so thrilled to have the both of you here with me. Now, for those who are just tuning in, could you each introduce yourselves in your own words?
Oh, hello. So I'm Gabe Balita. I'm former student jock here in
Yes.
RX. So glad to be back. But yeah, I'm part of Season 1 of Sparks Camp.
Hi guys, I'm Karl Bao. Actually, it's my first time to be on air,
Woo.
live radio. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, I was with Gabe in Sparks Camp Season 1.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about yourselves beyond being, campers in Sparks Camp. What do you guys do now? What are you guys, who are Gabe and Karl beyond that?
So actually, contrary to popular belief, when we were filming Sparks Camp, I was still in college.
Oh my
So a
God.
lot of people were like, oh my gosh, mga 28 na 29. No, I was like 23 when we filmed Sparks Camp. So I was in college. After Sparks Camp, yun yung graduation. Thesis era ko nung nag-air yung Sparks Camp. So now I work. I'm now a corporate gal working a corporate job.
You were one of the younger ones.
Yes, I was
Right.
the third youngest.
And I was the oldest one. So when we were filming, you were 23.
23.
I was 30. Yeah, I was 30 when we were filming. And then, ever since then, I've been an architect for 9 years now. And I still have my day job, but I'm also a content creator on the side.
Oh,
And an
that's so
athlete.
nice. Yes.
Wow.
So
Yes.
that's kind of my niche, I guess.
Love it. Wearing many hats. Actually, both of you are wearing so many hats.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's insane. Now, let's go back to the beginning. What made you guys say yes to Sparks Camp? Were you
Ooh,
recruited? Did you apply? Or did the opportunity just fall into your laps?
Again, contrary to popular belief, we actually auditioned for Sparks Camp.
Oh.
Like, kasi parang a lot of people, sa TikTok lang naman nag-scout tong mga to. Pero we actually auditioned. And then, I guess that was just the time na I was so interested with TV and production. And then, that was also the time na parang 2 years na akong single by that time.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I guess this is the perfect opportunity by hitting two birds with one stone.
Right.
For me, I was actually friends with Mela Habijan, the host of Sparks Camp. And then one random day, she goes, "Karl, you're single, right?" Yes, I guess. And then she just told me to audition, to send a reel or a tape. And I sent it to her, and then she sent it to the director, and then I guess I was shortlisted. But yeah, we did have to audition for it. And why did I do it? Boredom mostly. I was like, I needed something new to do, I guess. And I was already in the in the industry of social media. So I thought that this was gonna be a fun thing to talk about too. After.
Yeah. And also during that time, I think that was 2021.
2021.
Parang even outside of the Philippines, rarely can you hear like queer dating shows.
Right.
Like usually, di ba, yung mga Love Island, mga super straight, di ba?
Actually,
Super
even
hetero.
queer shows are still
In general,
are
right?
still so like parang kulang pa rin talaga. So here in the Philippines, like, you know, it's a very conservative country, right? And like we don't always have queer representation on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, to be part of the first one
Yes, yeah.
is like, it's like bahala na. Like if this is gonna go well, that goes well. If it doesn't, at least I tried.
And
Yeah.
it went well.
Yes,
I
it
did, because
Yeah.
now there's
Season
3
3.
seasons
Yeah.
of Sparks Camp.
Amazing. I mean, now that I think about it, I feel like I haven't actually heard of other queer dating shows like
Yeah.
outside of the Philippines.
There
I think,
are some.
I think we were the first, and then during the time that ours
the
were airing,
Philippines.
nakad the boyfriend.
Oh really?
Right?
I think
think,
yes.
yeah.
But there are also some in Thailand. I think there are some. But again, they're all like it's kulang na representation, or like there
Right.
aren't enough.
It's not super,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, let's do a quick warm-up question before we go deeper. What's something that people? Well, I think Gabe, you answered this already, but if you can think of something else, what's something that people assume about you after watching Sparks Camp that isn't entirely true?
Ah.
One thing that people
Assume about you
assume about me,
after watching that isn't entirely true.
they think I'm a good person. I'm just kidding. No, it's true. It's very true. What's one thing? I guess kasi during season 1, I was the one camper that actually talked to multiple guys. So people think that I'm kind of like overly
Maharot.
flirty, I guess.
Malandi.
Yeah, malandi. But I guess it's not entirely true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point
you
of
were
the
in a
show,
dating show.
right?
True.
But some guys kasi like they just stuck to one, and then they wanted to get to know that one person more, and which is fine. But I was like, let's get to know everybody. You know what I mean?
I guess for me, it's more of wala kasi ako masyado sa season eh.
Ay!
parang wala ako masyadong airtime ng season. Pero I guess one of the in a more general sense, parang it's like scripted, I guess. It's more on the show.
Right.
And like parang we all knew each other beforehand. But it was really such a great experience kasi everyone's new. I don't know anyone of them. When I know of them, but we don't know each other. Hindi rin siya, I won't say it's like super scripted. And at the same time, parang there is real relationship. Hindi man naging romantic, but
Yeah.
platonic. Carl and I are still friends.
Yeah.
A lot of us in the cast are still friends. So I guess that's one of the major misconceptions. of the
Right.
show. Yeah.
Now we've seen all the kilig and the drama on screen. What's one behind the scenes moment or like a funny story
Ooh.
from filming that you wish
Oh my
people got
gosh.
to see?
I don't know if I can say it.
Yeah, we're done with our.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not signed anymore.
I don't think it's it's on air. Ano?
Ay!
No.
Hindi ko alam eh.
Ano?
May camera.
Oo nga eh.
Oo nga. Okay.
Anyway,
I'll share na lang.
sige, ikaw muna.
So
Carl.
remember that one thing that wasn't showed on air, but I wish was when we were having the pool party. That night was super fun.
Yeah.
Kasi we were allowed to like that was the one time during the show na we were allowed to just talk to each other without like Mela the host or no director. So we
It was
really
just
had
us.
like free interaction, and we just kept talking to everyone, and like si Gabe sadly
wasn't in
that
that
episode
episode.
he was barely there, but
I
that
was
night you were
barely
the
there. I
star
was
of the night.
there.
Like he was making everybody, you know,
Take shots.
Right.
and then,
You
like,
know me.
Of course.
he was the like parang
Tanggero.
tanggero, but
basically.
you were also asking everyone questions and everything.
Mhm.
It was a fun night, and
Yeah.
I wish that people had got to see more of that.
Yeah.
But kasi during our season, we only had like 20 minutes per episode, so they had to
Right.
cut
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
Lots of things. But yeah, it was like a radio show technically, basically. So
Yeah.
parang may table there. Nandun yung
really
shots.
was, yeah.
And then people were just going kasi parang no, you have to take a shot. And then I asked them questions. Parang, how did you come out to your parents?
Correct. Yeah,
Ganyan.
yeah, such good questions.
Oo. Pero kasi syempre, yung ano ba naman yun sa mga naglalandian dun sa
Correct.
gilid ng pool, di ba? So parang ayan. For me siguro, isa pa sigurong behind the scenes is that it was like a week away from our normal lives.
Right.
So
Right.
there was this one time Nat, who's also part of season 1, is attending med school.
Right.
So I remember this one time na he had to ask someone from the team for a data Kasi he had to
He
submit
had to, yeah,
like
he had to study
my
and
God.
submit projects.
projects.
Yeah.
Parang I remember Dan was in law school then.
Dan was
I
in
was
law
studying.
school.
I had internship pa.
Right.
So it was crazy. May mga ganung mga behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I
because
guess.
the whole time we didn't have our phones.
yeah, no phones.
No
Oh my
phones.
gosh.
No internet.
No internet. And then we couldn't talk to each other pag walang camera.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so very on
Oh.
ice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fun.
All right, monsters, you're listening to Heard on Thursdays. It's your host, Ria Rams, and I'm here with Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista. They're sharing stories in queer love and community here in the Philippines. And we'll be back in just a bit, so don't go too far. More from our campers after the break, only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.
The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Ria Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. It's me, Ria Rams. 3:01 in the afternoon. Time is brought to you by Mega Finala Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly. We are here today with Sparks Camp Season 1 campers Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista, and we're talking about queer love and community in the Philippines. Now, welcome back to the show, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Now, let's rewind a little bit, okay? What was your journey like coming into your queerness? Whether it was quiet or loud, fast or slow, how did you come to know and embrace who you are?
Wow, that's a pretty heavy question. Well, I knew that I liked boys since I was grade school already. But I came from an all-boys school, and it wasn't exactly the most welcomed thing,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So up until college, I had to hide it, like stay in the closet,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have the best coming out story to my parents. So it was pretty rough. But I guess just to cut everything shorter, it's more of like things get better. You know, it sucked
Eventually.
eventually. Things get better. Just don't give up. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I think for me it was relatively easier. And it's I guess it's such a privilege to have like that kind of story. I was also from Catholic school, so it's it's weird. But I studied senior high school in Manila. Everyone here is just so progressive. So parang I got to explore my sexuality when I was in high school, senior high school. and even up to college.
Right.
Parang I had a boyfriend in senior high school, and we were so public
Really?
on social media,
Wow.
and like everyone was eating it up, as in like, parang, oh my gosh. As in we had, oh my gosh, we had like fans from
Like everywhere? Oh
like,
my gosh.
there's a Dubai. So it was so weird, such a weird thing to.
Interesting. I
experience
had
in high
to stay in the closet until I was comfortable enough
Yeah.
to talk about it. Because I come from a not just like school that's all boys and like religious, but also my family is very conservative.
Oh.
So
Right.
again, it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I can't say I understand, but I could imagine how difficult
Right.
it is. But also, like, you made a face earlier when Gabe was like, oh, it was, like, I was able to come out in high school, right? And I think it's because since he is a little bit younger,
Yeah, that's
you
true,
know,
though.
It's been more...
Yeah.
That's true though, because I think like I still grew up in a like more conservative kind of environment up
Yeah.
until recently. Like I guess now I could still say that I'm lucky, right? That nothing too bad that's happened to me. But even older generations, that's just
Yeah.
harder for them.
Yeah.
So like the younger generations now, I wouldn't say would have it easier, but it's easier to find people to be more comfortable with.
Yeah.
now.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't invalidate anybody's struggles with
Correct.
It's always very valid. I think, yun nga, like now kasi the community is growing compared to back
Before,
then.
yeah.
It was such a niche taboo
Yeah.
topic.
It was very taboo before.
Yeah. And now it's just more... No, we're not there yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
But it's just a little bit more accepted.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Now, do you remember, I mean, you did kind of mention it, but do you remember your first or any experience coming out to someone or realizing something important about yourself? Maybe we can talk about something where you felt accepted. Like, what was that moment like for you?
For me, when I came out to my sisters, I first came out to my my older sister because I was having boy problems at that time. Parang, oh my gosh. So I told her, she was so accepting about it. And then the next boy problem I had to tell my other sister. And then my other sister, when I came out to her, she said sorry.
Oh.
I was like, oh, why are you saying sorry? It's okay. Sabi niya, no. Nalaman kasi niya na I told my older sister first.
Oh.
So parang she said sorry na if she ever made me feel na it wasn't safe for me to come out to her, na kailangan hiwalay mag-come
Yeah.
out. So parang that was such a great thing to have. Yun nga, parang especially being queer, like having a great support system.
Correct.
You can find support system anywhere with friends, chosen family. But to
Exactly.
have a support system within your own like blood-related family is such I think a very important thing to have as a queer
that's
person.
true. Ako naman, on the funnier side, kasi growing up nga, so parang closeted, right?
Yeah.
And then like, I have these two best friends in high school. Since grade school, we were best friends. And then we were the nerdy, quiet types that were just on the side. Then we started to hang out a lot together, ganyan. And then, like, I think it was after high school that I told them, guys, I like this boy. Or no, actually during high school, I was like, I like this boy. And then they were like, I like this other boy. And I was like, I like this other boy. So we all found out that we were gay together.
Oh, that's so cute.
So parang, this is how we know. Na parang, you know, it just so happened that I guess we attracted the same energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's so nice na parang I came out to them. And then they came out to me. So parang it was a very
That's
mutual
cute.
thing. And then we just had a crush on like
This
different
Akala
guys
ko same
naman. No,
guys.
different guys naman. Ganyan. And then that's when we knew we were best friends kasi
Oh.
hindi kami magkaaway ng type. Diba?
Now, you guys were both part of the first season of Sparks Camp, the first queer dating reality show here in the Philippines. And putting yourselves out there like that, especially as queer people in a country where visibility is growing, but acceptance still has a long way to go, it must have been a big decision. So what made you say yes, and what did that experience mean to you on a personal level?
For me, I've always been like a huge queer advocate since senior high school. Since I got introduced to that idea, so parang it's prestige talaga to be part of something embedded na sa history. Like you can take that away from Sparks Camp, regardless of like what other people say. There are valid arguments and like criticisms on the show, but you can't take away that Sparks Camp really is the first queer dating show in the Philippines,
yeah.
and to be part of that, us is just such a privilege and an honor. But yeah, parang were you able to like see some comments na parang borderline homophobic from people?
Actually, not so much. They were really criticizing the show for the show itself, but not for being queer. Alam mo yun? Like, no, not much homophobia was hit.
I feel like as much as Sparks Camp has been like this big thing, parang it has yet to really push for the mainstream to
Correct.
actually
Yeah.
push dun sa mga, alam mo yun, yung mga wala talagang idea or yung mga, their idea of queerness is still parang taboo.
Yeah.
Right.
Ganyan. So parang, I guess luckily, parang wala masyadong like, you know, like the typical or the ordinary Filipino.
Yeah, na parang, ano ba yan, mga baka ka?
typical,
Wala masyadong ganyan.
Wala naman masyadong
But a lot of, actually, oddly enough, a lot of the criticism came from the queer community. Kasi they wanted more representation, they wanted people to talk about these topics more or like to tackle more important things, ganyan, which is very valid. Ako personally lang, it's more of like, this is the first, guys. So like, take it easy. I mean, like, we're trying to do something new, and yes, it's for our community, but we also wanted to reach out to the straight community and like showcase to them or let them know that this is how the queer community is. Not the entire, like, we don't represent everybody,
Yes.
right? But it's something for them to at least see a bit of, you know, because there's a whole world in the queer community, so we can't tap onto all of that. But back to your question, like why exactly I did this also is because siguro growing up then, I didn't really have like anyone to look up to, diba, on TV. Kasi nga, actors were, you're not sure if they're gay or straight, right? But you can't assume anything.
Right.
And you won't be able to see reality TV shows that were gay, right?
Yeah.
So being part of it, I was like, I knew that somebody might actually see themselves in one of us, you know, and they won't be afraid to like come out kasi parang, oh, there's a show that's for the queer community. So medyo may pagka-safe yun for them.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, the visibility in the LGBTQIA plus community here in the Philippines is definitely growing, but sadly, acceptance really still needs a lot of work. Growing up here, what messages did you guys receive about queerness, and how did those shape you?
It shaped me a lot. So I was in football varsity growing up, grade school to high school, and then ang daming mga comments na parang, ba't ang hina mo? Bakla ka ba? Well, mga ganun. Like, you know, the usual bully jock things. And like other guys would be like, basta yung mga ganun, like relating queerness to being weak. It's a very macho country kasi machismo talaga is a big thing here. So if you're gay, you're weak. That's one thing that kind of shaped me. Not just in school, but even in family. You know? Parang, I wasn't out yet eh. So all the titos and titas would be like, ano ba yan? Ba't ang lamya-lamya? Bakla ka ba? So it's a very not nice thing to hear growing up, right? So how did that shape me? Like, I'm now an elite athlete, I would say.
Yeah,
and,
oh
like,
my gosh.
I'm just
Carl.
like, I wouldn't be like rubbing it in everyone's faces, but I would like to just say na parang I'm proud of myself for being at this tier and saying na parang, you know what, do you think that gay people are still weak? Because like, look at me. Look at my other friends. I have other friends who are queer and like they're amazing athletes.
Yeah.
And I really just want to break that stereotype of like being gay means being weak.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love that. Like, first of all, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. Like, I think before, like years ago, it was a time when there were so many things that are cancelable now that just like flew over everyone's heads before. But now, like, we're becoming more aware of these things that should not be said.
Correct.
Right? And I think it's amazing that you are showing everybody that, you know, being queer doesn't mean being weak.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's amazing.
For me, I feel like it's more implicit than explicit. Parang my parents never pressured me into doing anything. Pero I guess, ayan, parang in a society lang which is very manly and patriarchal, parang you can't just be gay. Parang you have to be gay and.
You're right.
So parang there was this internal pressure of like studying really hard, doing multiple extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Kailangan, hindi ka pwedeng bading
May
ka lang.
may sinasabi sila na parang, sayang bakla ka.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's such a thing that they would say. Na parang, hindi ako sayang kaya, ang dami kong ginagawa.
Oo,
diba? Like,
sorry.
You always have to make up for it. Make
parang,
up for being gay. That's a bad thing. Like, I want to be queer and mediocre. You know what I mean? I don't want this pressure on me, like, to be able to achieve too many things, you know?
Parang I remember having this thought when I was in high school na parang if ever my parents do discover that I was queer, I was like, what are you asking for pa? I'm a honor student. I do this. So being gay should not be a problem anymore. But looking back, parang that's such a medyo problematic thing for a high school student to think.
Yeah,
na parang you have to compensate for something just because you're queer.
Yeah.
When in reality, you can be queer and mediocre.
Diba?
Why not? Diba?
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing that, because like, you know, as somebody who's never like been in your position, I never really thought of your identity as something that you had to make up for.
Yeah.
So I think like there's a lot of people getting enlightened right now of just like some of the struggles that you guys had to go through internally. So thank you for sharing that with us. Now, when did you guys first experience what it felt like to really belong? Like, this is my community. I don't have to shrink myself here.
Oh, okay. I like that question. For me, it was during Pride Month. So, when again, I wasn't able to like really explore my queerness in high school. So when I was in Manila, I got introduced to like, oh, may ganito pala, may mga Pride Month, ganyan. And I think it was the Metro Manila Pride pa back in Marikina. That was the first time na parang I love being gay. Like I love being queer. Like being in a space full of other queer individuals, not only gay, but mga lesbians, trans, bisexuals, and them just being like, happy Pride, welcome ka dito. For a high school student to experience that, na parang, mali pala lahat ng mga inisip ko before na nakakatakot mag-come out, nakakatakot sabihin na bakla ka. I think I remember that was the first time na I actually was able to tell myself na bakla ako.
Yeah.
Without like yung
parang with some sense of shame.
Yeah, with
diba?
shame, yeah.
Wala. It's actually same, but like mine was the Pride March, and it was in Malate pa.
Oh, okay.
In Manila. It was really small. It wasn't like a huge like concert
Pride
vibe.
ngayon,
Yeah, the Pride now was amazing, but before, excuse me, it was like really small, and then like you'd see yung parang everyone, all the letters of the LGBTQIA were there, you know, and then it was so nice to see them so unapologetically just being them. And I'm just like, wow, I don't have to put up this facade of like, so I was like, okay, I can be chill lang here, just be me, ganyan. And then like, people were coming up to me saying, happy Pride. And then, who are you with? I was like, I'm like, I'm alone lang, I just wanted to experience this. And then they were like, oh, you can join us here, let's go to the march. So sobrang, it's a different feeling of being welcomed into a community where you know you don't have to pretend.
Yeah, that's why I love June. I love Pride events.
Well, yes.
Busy ka kasi pag
It gets
June
tiring. It gets tiring. But
June.
Again, just kasi nga pag June Pride month, and like now I'm lucky enough to be able to host events and like put up events for sports and inclusivity, and I coach classes specifically for the queer community, just to let them learn different sports, ganyan. And it, like, I can't believe that I'm able to do this because growing up I didn't have this, you know.
Yeah.
And it's nice to also see people who are interested to try it and not be afraid to try it then.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, my heart feels so warm right now. Well, Monsters, you are listening to Heard on Thursdays. It's your host, Ria Rams, and I'm here with Gabe Balita and Karl Bao, sharing stories on queer love, identity, and of course, the power of chosen family. Now, we will be back in just a little bit, so don't go too far, okay? More from our campers right after the break, only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.
Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. It's 3:20 in the afternoon, and we are here with Sparks Camp Season 1 campers Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista. We're talking about queer love and community here in the Philippines. Now, we often talk about romantic love, but there's so much power in queer friendship and chosen family.
Totoo.
So what have those relationships looked like for both of you, and how have they shaped the way that you see yourself and your community?
Friend.
Yeah, friend. Oh, I got friend zone again. My God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
God!
just,
Oh my God.
just.
Pero hindi.
I hate
Bigyan
it.
ng spark.
I gave my spark and then he was like, you're not my spark.
No.
Oh, okay, you're a friend spark.
Pero I guess it's very important, no, as a queer individual, especially those who parang were unfortunate enough talaga to be disowned by their families.
Yeah.
Lots of Filipino queer people experience that. Personal experience ko though, I can say that I'm pretty much closer to my friends than my family. I'm not really like a family guy. And like having that support system that is there for you throughout and also understands where you're coming from because they're also queer is it's important to have.
Yeah. As I mentioned, my high school best friends, si Ren and then si Edric, and then si Ricky
Hello.
also. Yeah, you know, so shout
out.
out. No, but it's so important because like we went through life at like really important stages, like not just coming out, but also like figuring ourselves out, like who we are outside of being queer. Because like being queer is, yes, it's an identity, you know, but it's not your whole persona, right? So we went through all of that together, and then like having our first boyfriend and everything.
Yeah.
And it's so important because who else will you share your life with? I mean, like, yes, it's important. Oh, not important. Yes, you can have a life partner. But I think it's more important to have friends and a community that you can, again, be comfortable with and like share your success stories and all your heartbreaks together.
And I guess something exclusive for those who join Sparks Camp is, ayun nga, parang I mentioned na a lot of us are still friends even after the show, even after like, how many? 3 years? Oh my gosh, 3 years.
Oh, can't believe it's been 3
Yeah.
years.
Oh,
Yeah,
so,
season 3 eh. One
ayun.
season every year.
Yeah, oh. So parang us being able to experience Sparks Camp, which is again a totally different
Correct.
and
New thing.
a new thing to experience. Parang it's great to have like friends who you can still talk to even until now.
Yeah.
All right, and earlier you guys mentioned how there was a lot of criticism from the queer community about representation. I think I saw those because I was following your season a lot. So I saw those and I was like, there's more. Because syempre, like, I'm not in the queer community, so I'm not as familiar as you guys. So for me, like, just seeing it, I was like, wow, it's so great that there's queer representation in mainstream media now. But then I saw these criticisms, and turns out there's like so much more to it than what I know. So, you know, there's labels, and they can be very empowering, but also restrictive. So I'm just curious, what exactly were they talking about when they said representation? And also, how do you relate labels when it comes to your identity? And has that relationship changed over time?
So I guess first with the whole criticism thing, parang even for us campers during season 1 at least, and the whole team as well, like the whole show team, sina Direk, the production team, we're very open about the criticism. At first, we were so defensive about it, just because we wanted to protect this baby art project that we made, barely had any budget,
diba? And like we really tried hard to do what we can with what we have and what we're allowed to have, basically.
But the great thing, the heart of the show talaga for me is si Mela.
Yeah.
Kasi Mela was the one who actually sat us down and parang ito yung sinasabi sa Twitter, ito yung sinasabi sa YouTube comments, and you know what, they have a point. So parang Mela was such a pivotal point for Sparks Camp kasi meron ka talaga natututunan sa kanya. So parang from being defensive to being actually
they have a point.
They have a point.
Even us, we shouldn't be close-minded. We have to be open to criticisms also. And like, I guess a lot of it also came from like what you mentioned, no, parang representation and labels. Because I guess the limitation we had with Sparks Camp was it was a
oh my gosh.
Gay dating show, or all boys and everything.
That was a whole discussion that we had.
And it wasn't easy because syempre, we wanted to make it light and fun, you know, for people to want to watch also. But I guess the criticisms also came in, like, they wanted more from the show.
Yeah, actually, the whole label thing, sa show pa lang to, not pa sa personal. It was such a huge discussion between sina Mela, sina Direct the Campers. Kasi originally, it was Sparks Camp, the BL dating series.
Yeah.
Because BL then was such a huge
big thing.
Like, a trending thing na parang BL. So parang BL fans would automatically want to watch Sparks Camp. Pero kasi ano ba yung may historical pa siya, nag-ask pa kami ng advice from like legit parang experts, parang what is BL, where they came from, and then it became like a gay series.
And then
but again,
like, we can't say gay, so they made it queer na lang.
Right. And then it became queer.
Yeah.
So now the siguro it's more of like a opportunity for Sparks Camp kasi queer doesn't mean guys lang eh.
Yeah.
Right.
There are queer girls as well.
It's an umbrella term naman
non-binary.
for the
whole
LGBT,
community.
the whole community.
Yeah.
So parang who knows, iba magkaroon ng Sparks Camp na
Sana
all
na
girls
ibang
sila there,
ano,
or not necessarily puro guys lang
Yeah.
sila.
Yeah.
But again, may limitations din eh. So syempre,
Yeah.
we can't do anything about
Yeah.
it. We're campers.
Yeah.
We're the prod team. But what we can do as campers is really to, parang what Gabe mentioned din, kasi it's a privilege to be here. And you know, with privilege, you have a platform, and with that platform, you speak.
Yeah, what do
you
you do
speak
then?
for those who can't speak.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. Now, again, visibility has grown so much in the recent years. But what is something that people still get wrong about what it means to be queer in the Philippines today? Whether it's about dating or identity or just day-to-day life.
I would say that people think that the queer community is accepted. But
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, like, yes, we've anlayo na, pero anlayo
Layo
pa.
pa. Yeah.
Diba? Kasi, dude, the SOGI equality bill, it's
Yeah.
Right.
like, sorry, I'm not gonna be sorry for being political. It's been 25 years, right? And it's not passed yet. And that's one thing, I guess, that some people think na we're accepted na, like, oh, you can
Okay
be
na
gay
yan.
outside, you can do whatever you want, you can wear whatever you want, ganyan. But no eh, parang until it's in the law that says that we're safe to be who we really are, then we're not yet accepted.
Yeah.
We're tolerated.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to agree. That was where I was gonna go also.
Yeah.
Na parang beyond all the misconceptions and myth busting, no? Parang even in the queer community, like meron din talaga mga part ng queer community who feels like this is okay na. Parang okay na to.
Oh,
Diba?
yeah.
Right?
Right,
No,
I saw
like,
that, yeah.
Nakaka-trending lang din nun. Pero yung
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
There was a topic that said there was a celebrity, let's say, na very iconic.
oh my gosh, ganito din yun. A girl and two queer guys.
Oh yeah, very iconic queer icons basically of age na rin. And then they mentioned na we shouldn't ask for more. Okay na to.
Okay na to.
We don't need equality bill. We don't need same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, you do.
yeah, we do.
What are you
Come on.
talking about?
Yeah, so parang it's really more on that na we shouldn't be complacent of where we
Yeah.
are right now. But I'm again, sabi nga ni Carl, malayo na. So I guess that's
It's
something
to
that
be
we can
grateful.
celebrate.
Also,
Yeah,
we have to be grateful for
malayo
that.
na
But
natin.
we shouldn't stop fighting.
Yeah, we shouldn't stop. Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. And again, this isn't just a fight for the queer community. I mean, even if you're not queer,
Yeah.
your voice in this also matters. Like to
Yeah.
see people who aren't within your community also fighting for the same thing for you guys, I think is really, really important.
Yeah.
So not only do the people in the queer community have to not be complacent, but even those who are supporting the queer community.
I guess also for SOGI Equality Bill, I think the common misconception about that is SOGI is for queer people only. Na sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression. But all of us has that Even like straight people have SOGI. And what it wants to protect is discrimination against your SOGI. So if you're a straight man who got fired from your job because you're a straight man, you're supported by SOGI Equality Bill still.
Right.
So it's not only for like it just so happens na parang 90% of that occasion to happen is usually sa mga
Kasi tayo yung
queer.
discriminated.
Yeah, kasi
Yeah.
tayo yung discriminated. But if ever that happens to you, you're still covered by
Like
that
if
bill.
roles are reversed,
Yeah.
like
They're still
say,
protected
yeah,
also.
like say, like just think about it this way.
Yeah.
Diba?
Just think about it this way. Like, what if there's a company where most of the people who are higher up or working there are queer?
Yeah.
And then you come in, people think that you're queer, and then you say like, "Oh no, I'm straight," and they're like, "Oh, you're out."
Right.
Yeah.
Then they could be protected by SOGI bill.
Yeah.
And that's actually not far from happening. We mentioned nga earlier na being queer, we always have to make up for it, and like we always are overachievers. So I'm not gonna be surprised if sometime soon the queer
That
the queer people will be in the
Oh,
higher
what
powers.
if? Ayoko.
Diba? And then like yung mga homophobic people are the ones who work for us.
Yeah.
Syempre will be like, you know what?
No.
You're a homophobe. Get out. Diba?
Yeah.
And then they can be protected. But also, I just wanted to say thank you then, Ria, because what you said then kanina na people who are not from the queer community also have to help. And like what giving us this platform, me and Gabe, it's already a big deal. So thank you so much for
Oh,
that.
it's my honor. It's my honor to be able to give you guys like a platform to really talk about, you know, yourselves, your identity, and to help other people who don't fully understand or who aren't quite aware the chance to get to know you guys a little more, even if if you're just like a speck in the whole community. I think it's important to have your voices heard too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so now let's talk about identity. Now, labels can be really empowering. They do help us find the language, the community, and sometimes even help us make sense of ourselves. But they can also feel limiting and overly defined, especially when you're still figuring things out. So how have you guys navigated labeling your own identity or experience?
Ooh, we talked about this
Okay.
in Sparks Camp.
Yeah.
How do you identify yourself?
So I remember we did that first step. I remember like, so, hi, I'm Carl. I identify as gay. Diba? He, him, like that. But sorry, ako growing up, again, diba? So conservative family, and you know, I actually identified as bi for a while because I wanted to see if like, baka nga I like boys, but maybe I can also like girls. And I tried to like date girls, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm bi because I still have feelings, ganyan. And then growing up, I was like, you know, no, I think I'm gay talaga. Parang ganun. So, it's, sexuality is a spectrum. No, you can identify as one thing now, another thing later. But having that label to identify as something helps you understand yourself a bit more. You're not like afloat, you know.
Yeah.
Like other people can say that they're non-binary or that they are pansexual and like everything else. But sometimes it's nice to just latch on to like a label and be like, okay, this is what I am. Parang ganun.
Parang label should be more of like helping you understand yourself rather than something that limits you.
Correct.
For me, ito napag-usapan namin to during Sparks Camp. I personally refer to identify as bakla just because it's such a very Pinoy thing. Parang I took gender classes kasi sa UP sa Soksay. And then yun nga, parang LGBT is a universal thing, pero for me it's still super western, like 'di ba
Interesting.
oh my gosh, I forgot her name, pero yung queer theorist.
Okay.
Ayan, so siya yung nag-coin ng LGBT and everything. I also originally identified as like bi.
Yeah.
But it felt like yun, parang mas nag-limit siya for me kasi parang, oh, so do I like boys and girls? How about I get attracted to trans women as well? Parang are they part of the girls? Kasi parang ako personally, I don't think I can be sexually and romantically involved with a cis woman. But with a trans woman, I feel like there's a possibility. So parang bi pa ba yun? So parang ang daming, oh my gosh, ang daming mathematical equation. I came across this article from a UP professor about silahis bading bakla. And parang mas nag-resonate lang sa akin yung bakla kasi it's very Pinoy. And bakla doesn't necessarily translate to gay. It's just queer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yun nga, parang I use queer a lot, like as a queer individual, as a queer advocate. Kasi parang mas umbrella term si queer.
Right.
And parang mas nag-identify ako to that label na parang
Yeah.
hindi siya masakit sa ulo kung isipin. Parang ayoko na mag-isip. Bakla na lang ako.
Same, like what Gabe nga mentioned. I think it's really important what you said, that na parang labels aren't there to limit you. It's there to help you like find your niche. Like parang guide you to, okay, these are my people. Or like I can hang out with this and like learn about myself a bit more. And then maybe if that's not who I am, maybe a change label. But again, you're not limiting yourself to just that. Because like I'm gay, I can only like boys. That's it, right? So parang no naman, because like ako naman, maybe there are some trans men that parang very masculine energy, and I'm like I'm so attracted to that energy, right? So I'm still gay. But
gay pa ba yun?
Again, until now, even experts have a like. That's why they keep saying sexuality is a spectrum. It's like it's a kinder scale, I guess. Na parang you're not just one at one given point in time. That's all you are. Parang ganun.
I'm just like, wow.
Sorry.
It's so amazing. I mean, because again, as I do, like, for me, I try my best to understand as much as I can. But then there are these nuances that you really won't understand unless you talk to somebody who's in the community, or unless you're in the community yourself. Like, it really does take an additional effort.
And even Gabe and I were saying na parang pati kami nalilito. So we wouldn't be surprised if like people who want to learn about us will get confused also.
Well.
So again, we appreciate you for even just trying, because it's a big deal. Like, to try to understand something and not fear it is already a big deal.
I guess ang TLDR niya is labels, whatever helps you sleep at night. And then for other people trying to understand what label is, it's none of your business. Yun lang yan. Those two.
I want to go back to what you said, Gabe. Yung you prefer being called bakla because it's so Filipino and stuff. But then there was also a time when, like Carl mentioned earlier, bakla was used as
derogatory,
an insult. Yeah.
It's very
so how is it, like, do you like it now? It's like you redefining it and owning that label?
Yeah. I have this like recurring fantasy in my head na nung high school, kapag sinasabi na ako na bakla. Ang fantasy ko is parang, ano naman, bakla ako. Kasi parang right now, for me, it's such a very empowering thing. And hopefully, other queer people experience the same, na kapag tinatawag kang bakla,
it's empowering. It's like, as a matter of fact, it's like lalaki ka, bakla ako.
Look at me. Parang ganon. So, may certain sense of reclamation to that term. Especially yung mga homophobic titos, diba? Bakla ka ba?
That's so okay. So, quick story time.
Yes.
Like, I love this guy. He's my coach, and I love him. But, ano siya, taga-probinsya, and like, diba sa province, they're not as, it's a whole different thing. So, he was coaching our team, and then, sinabi niya, sorry, magtatagalog ako. Sabi niya, ano ba yan, pag nabunggo kayo, huwag kayong malaglag agad. Ano kayo, bakla?
You were there.
And I was there. It was a team huddle. I heard that. And I was like, did he just say that? So the next, I get in, this is a frisbee game, right? So I get in the game, the next line, and then I end up doing so well and scoring. And I guess when you score the point, you have the frisbee disc.
Yeah.
I throw it on his feet. I'm like, bakla pala.
Oh!
And then he apologized immediately because he didn't mean to say it that way. Parang kumbaga, it just, parang sinabi niya, ganun sa probinsya, sorry, parang hindi ko pa rin matanggal.
Yeah.
And I understood that point. Pero syempre, na-trigger talaga ako noon.
Yeah.
But I also had to accept this apology. And I had to understand din na parang, okay, ang layo pa. Ang layo pa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, now that you bring that up, I think it's really interesting because, especially for the older generations, there are a lot of them that are trying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we also can't fault them too much for what they grew up with. It's it's difficult to learn things, but it's even, I would say, it might even be more difficult to unlearn certain things. So I think as long as someone's trying, like they may not get it right.
Correct.
They'll still say some things that will hurt, and they'll still say some things that are, I would say, backward thinking.
Correct.
But as long as they're trying, I think we should be a little bit more patient with them
Yeah.
also.
I totally get it. I think there are sometimes kasi na parang, oh my gosh, I might get cancelled for this.
Yeah, go.
It's more of like, some people can be overly sensitive sometimes.
Yeah.
They can be like, ang bilis na lang maging defensive. But kasi, honestly, if you can see, there's intent There's intent when like a person says na these things. Like, my coach, she said it nga, diba?
Yeah.
Yes, there was intent. It was malicious in no sense. But, nag-apologize ha agad. And like, I guess for me, it's like, give them a pass. Parang ganon. As long as they're willing to learn from it. And like, if you can talk to them about it. And yun, parang ganon.
Yeah, I can agree. One thing also na I learned from Mela, really, is you don't answer hate with hate.
Right.
So parang, grabe, iba kasi si Mela talaga eh.
Her
Different
patience
kind of girl.
also.
Her patience is different. Pero ayun, parang all throughout the whole parang PR campaign ng Sparks Camp, laging, if someone throws hate at you, you need to educate and you need to understand where that person is coming from. Although parang it kind of sucks that the responsibility and the
Correct.
pagod, it falls on you again.
I think that's the hardest.
Pero ayun nga eh, parang we really have to further push queer rights talaga. Na parang we can't always be angry at everyone for not getting it right the first time that they do it.
Yeah. I love that. Now, sometimes being on a public platform, it fast forwards the process, of self-definition. How did it feel to explore or express your identity in front of an audience? Especially, I guess, especially for you, Carl, because you grew up having to hide that part of you, and then suddenly you're like out there in the world.
Yeah. What was the question?
Like, how was it, like, coming out in
expressing
like
yourself in like such a big
platform?
public platform?
Pero famous na kasi siya before pa eh.
No. I think, fine, getting there, I guess. It was weird. It was weird because like, I was a queer athlete. I think that's how my content creation started. Na parang a brand recognized me for being a queer athlete. And I was like, are you sure you wanna get me? Kasi parang, hindi naman ako magaling eh. I'm not the best. I'm just a gay guy doing sports. And then, they're like, yeah, of course, that's what we want. They said na parang we wanna feature that. And dun ako no weirdohan na parang, you wanna feature me for being me?
Wow.
Which is weird because they would usually feature like elite athletes or whatever. And then I'm just like, okay, cool. So, I guess like for me, I really saw the chance to be like, okay, I can be who I needed to be growing up. I can be the representation that I would have wanted to see growing up. And then that's really like how it is now. Whenever I get on stage somewhere, I'm like, okay, some kid might be watching, and then hopefully they don't wanna leave this world early. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, medyo boring eh. Kasi even before joining Sparks Camp, I was like unapologetically queer. So parang if anything, I was just
That's
able
not
to
boring.
express. I was just able to express my queerness with the platform. Pero an interesting story, not my story to tell, but I will tell the story, was Nat wasn't out yet when
Yes,
he
oo
joined
nga.
Sparks Camp.
But he said it naman on
Yeah, he said it in Sparks Camp. And actually, he has a good relationship with his parents now.
Yeah.
But his parents found out because his parents was following ABS-CBN's page.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh.
Same with season 2, si Pipoy.
Si Pipoy din.
Yes.
Oh, diba? So parang I can imagine their stories of like having to actually explore not just their sexuality as a person, but also having to navigate that whole, okay, what happens after this airs?
Yeah.
Especially going in na parang we didn't know it was going to be such a huge thing.
Yeah.
So parang it was nice also that Nat we were there for Nat when times got rough. But again, parang I know they have like a great relationship now with his parents. Na ayun nga parang there's nothing to be afraid of naman. So yeah, that must have been so scary, but also ayun nga parang if he wasn't able to join Sparks Camp, hindi mo open yung eyes ng parents niya. So I guess it's a win-win situation for him.
And when people see you now, whether it's as a queer person or a public figure or just someone who is brave enough to show up as yourself, what do you hope people take away from your story?
For me, it's really just be authentic. Like, just be authentically who you are, because that, in a sense, is already a form of that already is a form of I wouldn't say retaliation, but like, you know, like,
it's your way to fight back.
Correct,
basically.
to fight back. Kasi parang if you're being authentically yourself, you affect others around.
Okay, you can be queer, explore yourself, your identity, but don't forget to join the movement. Kasi parang it's one thing for us to enjoy, but another thing for everyone to enjoy our
Parang
queerness.
if you're privileged enough to have a good life being a gay person, don't forget that others are still being discriminated. So parang you're also part of the fight.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
So much like beautiful insights, I would say. And yeah, we are going to be talking about that more. Monsters, you are listening to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and I'm here with Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista, sharing stories on queer love, identity, and of course, the power of chosen family. We'll be back in just a bit, so don't go too far. More from our campers after the break, only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1.
Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. It's me, Rhea Rams. 3:50 in the afternoon. Time is brought to you by the Hyundai Stargazer X. Exceed expectations. We are here today with Sparks Camp Season 1 campers Gabe Balita and Karl Bao, and we're talking about queer love and community in the Philippines. Now, both of you, what's something that you learned about yourself through love, whether it's romantic or otherwise, that surprised you?
That I'm a lover boy through and through talaga. Parang if anything, through all of the exes I've been through, like I'm a different Gabe to each of my exes. Pero if there's one thing, parang oh my gosh, hindi ko talaga mawawala yung lover boy ko. Like I have this parang very movie-like idea of what romance is. And like di ko talaga siya matatanggal, whether it's me giving or me receiving. Ayun. Hindi siya super profound, but grabe talaga. Pero ayun, parang we talk about this a lot in Rhea. Parang, di ba, usually we like loving 101%. That one.
Ramdam niya
May ano. Parang before, parang I used to like, oh my gosh, Rhea is so 101% all the time. And then I realized na, I feel like I'm the same pala.
Yeah. No, same. I hate it. Like I'm also like a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I think, and like I'm not sure if I like it. Like it's nice when it starts out. You know, everything's like like in the movies by Leve. You know what I mean? It's like that, and then like I start to realize, like I learned also recently about attachment styles.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm like,
Okay, wait. Since we're on the topic,
Okay.
what would you say your attachment style is?
in 3, 2, 1, anxious.
Hindi na ako sumabay kasi alam kong anxious kayo eh.
I'm super.
Ikaw avoidant or
Hindi.
secure?
Parang mas secure ako.
Wow. Good
Wow.
Meron lang akong thing on like grand gestures talaga. Like something about like, you know, like outside in the rain, playing you blasting music, something. Oh my gosh! Pero like in attachment style, I feel like I'm very secure because I'm super. I know you guys are busy also, pero I'm super busy. Sometimes ako yung talagang hindi nag-reply for like 3 months. Diba?
Kahit sa friends.
Hindi talaga.
Yeah, that's like so bad. Even for me, even friends, parang I replied, I messaged them and then seen. I'm like, oh my god, they hate me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but like, but I'm learning to be more secure.
Yeah,
So-
it's a difficult process.
It is, but I'm learning, and like it's interesting. Parang okay lang. Like also apart from that, it's being in a relationship that's where you're codependent and interdependent. Diba iba pa yun?
Yeah.
And kasi I'm always like, oh, if you love me, then you should be with me all the time. You know, but I'm learning na parang, oh, that's crazy. So, parang
See,
ganun.
queer love isn't as different as straight love.
It's not.
Diba?
Yeah.
Pare-pareho lang tayo na
So we're all just crazy people deep inside.
I know, right? Now, just for fun, what would be the most kilig or cringe moment that you guys have had while dating or flirting, whether it was in Sparks Camp or in real life?
Do you want to start?
Ano ba?
Okay, I think oh my gosh, I can't
Wait,
I
ang
can't
dami
believe I'm saying this
ang
on
dami
air.
kong naisip.
Okay. So, dito sa Sparks Camp, because I barely flirted in the show. But I had this ex once. We were so in love with him, even we weren't together na. And then we had this conversation before na maybe we'll meet each other again in 5 years.
Wow, before sunset is this?
In a cafe,
Okay.
whatever. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was so in love. So I was drunk. He was from Pasig. So
Yeah.
I went all the way from Manila to Pasig at 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
I was outside their house and I was crying. Woo.
Paano you crying?
And then I was wearing shorts. So medyo nilalangaw ako. So uwi na ako. But I didn't want to go home without him knowing I was there. So I wrote a note na, hi, Toot. I almost said the same. Hi, Toot. Hope to see you soon in a cafe. Love, then heart. Then I left it in the window. The next day, I woke up with so many messages on my Instagram. And they were telling me, Gabe, ikaw ba to? Ikaw ba to? Apparently, my ex posted the note in his Instagram story, and then he said, whoever this was, this is creepy, don't do this again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. I was like, so I
Did
had
you not leave your name on the
no,
note?
no,
Oh.
because I was scared na his mom will see it.
Right.
So parang he isn't out with his mom. Parang his mom doesn't know we were together. So I don't. I assumed he would know it was me because it was my handwriting, cafe thing also, and it was my handwriting. We were like dating for like a year.
Right.
So
So you should have known.
yeah, I should have known. He was like, whoever you are, this is creepy. I don't think I can leave my house again ever. Siya din naman, ginawa niyang super big deal. So a lot of people were messaging me na, ikaw ba to? And they were like, I was like, no, that's not me. I'm busy ako Oh my gosh. And then, so maybe like after 10 months, we met again, and then I had to come clean. I said, oh, that was me, ganyan. So now I can tell the story obviously to people. It's me, okay? I'm sorry I lied. It's me. It was me.
I'm sorry I lied.
But that was so crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, am I the crazy ex? A good thing I didn't call him that time because apparently his then boyfriend
What's there?
was sleeping
Oh,
over.
crazy.
So that was crazy.
Oh my god, did you know that this guy had a boyfriend?
Your
No.
ex?
Oh,
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know. But yeah, that
Kilig
was
moment.
Kilig. Cringe na yung sa akin eh. Okay,
Ah,
kilig.
ikaw yung cringe. Ako, okay, sobrang... This happened, okay, it's happened in different dates a number of times.
Mhm.
But I still get kilig whenever guys do this. So parang, we have dinner, right? And then like, okay, pay the bill, ganyan. We split it. So that's a usual thing pag first dates. But like, okay, sige, I'll go back to my car. Pero hinahatid ako sa car.
Oh.
And then pag hinahatid ako sa car, they're like, oh, kasi it's like rainy or malamig. So this happened like in different dates, and I'm just so embarrassed. I get so kilig every time. They give me their jacket.
Oh my god.
And then they put me on the side of the road where the cars are. On the sidewalk with them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, pag these subtle things that guys do, like super gentlemanly, I'm like, oh no, this is dangerous.
Oh.
So to those watching, please don't do that.
Or at least alam nyo na kung paano.
Or like, actually, I think it's,
you know now.
the bar is set so low that decency is enough.
The bare minimum.
Yeah.
The
Yun na,
giving
okay
a
na
jacket
yan.
when it's
Oo.
cold is
Word.
But it's so nakakilig kayo. Ang cute kayo.
Yeah, no,
But you don't have to ask for it, and then they'll still do it.
Yeah.
I think.
That's the best when you don't have to ask for it.
Excuse me?
No, diba? That's really the best.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite piece of advice, or maybe even just a quote that helped you navigate your journey in discovering yourself?
Okay. For me, it's just putting yourself out there. Kasi if you're scared, you just die scared. If you put yourself out there, you die trying everything.
Right.
Kasi I think one of the things that held me back when I was very young was I was so scared that things might not turn out the way it would be. But and hindi lang siya sa dating. Like for example, even for when I was auditioning for Student Jock, parang I wasn't sure if I was going to get in just because I was gay and I have like a very gay voice. But ayun, parang if I didn't try, I wouldn't have experienced that one. Same with Sparks Camp. I just saw the poster on Facebook. Facebook ad pa nga yun eh. And then I just tried, and then I got in, and then now I was part of the first queer dating show in the Philippines. So parang in discovering yourself, kasi you'll never know, do I like running?
Yeah.
You'll only know if you run. So parang ano talaga siya, hit or miss.
But do
Lucky
it scared.
for the hit. Do it, yeah.
Do it
Oh,
scared.
I love that. Do it scared.
Oh well.
Hindi pala
over
die
what if.
scared. Do it scared pala.
But same thing. Ako naman, actually have it tattooed here on my wrist. Parang it's my mom's favorite Bible verse, and then my dad's favorite poem, which kind of relate. So the Bible verse goes, "Don't be afraid, just have faith." So that can mean like faith in God, faith in the universe. But again, same thing. Na parang you can be afraid, but don't stop. Don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
And then the other quote from my dad's favorite poem, it says, "Do not quit." So just keep going. You know, like again earlier on I said, nga, eventually things get better. So if things aren't great now, don't worry, things get better. Just don't quit.
Now, any last words or messages that you guys want to share with the LGBTQIA plus community who are tuned in today, especially those who are still, finding their place and figuring things out?
Go to Pride March. I think it's a very welcoming feeling. You'll find a community there, and then wherever you find a community, you'll also be able to express yourself more. And whenever you express yourself more, you'll learn more about yourself. And it's very important, again, that Gabe said that to put yourself out there. Because if you're always going to stay in the closet, whether you're already out as gay, but if you're always in the same space, you're not going to grow. Again, growth starts outside your comfort zone.
Yeah. For me, again, going back to the chosen family, it's very important to have like a great support system, especially if you're still just starting to navigate, mga chikiti ngayon sa high school.
Correct.
Kailangan mo ng barkada na
to feel safe with.
Yeah, that you can be who you are. You don't have to like pretend that you're super masculine or super feminine, just so you can join in the conversation. But ayun, as early as now, look for your support system.
Look for your crowd.
Yeah, if you can find it in your family, look for it in your friends. If wala pa rin sa friends mo, go out there, because we have several communities willing to take you in.
Correct.
And, be there for you all that
that's
time.
what I've been trying to do then in the sporting community, like in bouldering, the gyms I've been to. I've been trying to create a safe space for people, and like I'm so thankful then now there are a lot of queer athletes going into bouldering and running, and then they're finding like they love the sport, and and again, what I love is the fact that parang being queer isn't their only identity.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great to accept your sex, your soji. You have to accept that, but don't let that be your entire personality.
Yeah.
Love that. Now, of course, where can people follow you or support what you guys do? You can share your IGs, your classes, everything.
Okay, so you guys can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and also all social media platforms at Karl Bao, at KARLBA 3Us, and I also go to Beehive in Makati and Green Hills. If you guys want to try, let me know.
Yeah, Boulder, it's fun.
Yeah. And also running. I also run in like Ayala Sunday.
Wanna run? Exercise pa tayo ng run today.
Run club.
Run club. Karl Bao Run Club. As for me, you can find me anywhere at Gabe Balita. That's GABEBALITA. You can find Monster.
Do you want to close the show? Okay?
No, I'm good. You can do it. But yeah, medyo private individual na ako. But you can follow me. You can follow me there. Private individual.
Wow.
Well, yes, thank you so much, Karl, Gabe, for being with us today. And is there anything else?
Sorry, Sparks Camp.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Sparks Camp Season 3 every Wednesday.
I think it's at 7 p.m.
Yes.
7 or 8 p.m. Yeah, so every Wednesday you guys can watch Sparks Camp Season 3. It's ongoing now. I think episode 2 just released last night. Watch season 2. They're a great cast also, and of course, don't miss us out. The Pioneer.
It's still there,
and you're gonna watch it real quick because it's only 20 minutes.
It's like a 2-hour.
Yeah, you can binge it in like a whole day.
All right, make sure to check it out, Monsters. And again, if you guys, I guess, want to find comfort in someone you still can't find it, these two are here a message away, so check them out. But yes, thank you again, Gabe, Karl, for joining us for this very honest and really warm conversation. Once again, Monsters, this has been Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Ria Rams. Today, we talked about queer love and community here in the Philippines with Sparks Camp Season 1 campers Gabe Balita and Karl Bautista. Heard on Thursdays will be back again next week, same time, same place, only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Bye!